So the COVID class is essentially, it's online and it's interdisciplinary study. And so we have different modules posted and they're all involving talking about how COVID affects different aspects of life. And so one of our modules was on decision making and another one was on like food insecurities and how COVID is sort of like revealing food insecurities that may not have been there before. And so it sort of covers different aspects of life and how COVID is affecting them.
I think it's important for students, especially our age, who maybe have been oftentimes accused of kind of flouting the safety regulations around the pandemic. I think it's important for them to learn a little bit of base knowledge about the pandemic, and this course will really give you that sort of overview and then a brief glimpse into each area, a brief glimpse into each way that the pandemic has impacted our daily life.
This was a great opportunity to be able to learn about an issue as it's happening and kind of understand it more in the moment, as opposed to later on down the road, looking back on it, I'll be able to say, oh wait, well I was learning about COVID as it was actually happening.
If I were to go with political science into government and policy making, I think that knowing the way that people have been impacted during the pandemic and knowing the new problems that it has created, knowing what comes to mind is food security in maybe poorer countries or poorer parts of the US, and access to education, the way that people's education will be impacted. And I think all those things, like sort of having a knowledge of what kind of policy will need to be enacted in the future, I think that, any political science major could use the education from this class.
As a nursing major, I'm taking from this course is just being more well-rounded and understanding the larger implications of healthcare issues and how healthcare really can affect so many more aspects of life than just in the hospital or just in the doctor's office. So I think this course is really going to give perspective on how everyone is in a different place and everyone has a different situation for why they may or may not be comfortable with going to certain events or hanging out with certain people.
I think it's really raised awareness for me, and it's sort of, I think in a lot of ways it's been a benefit, just because I've been able to put my own life into perspective and consider what other people are experiencing during the same situation and how that might be a lot worse than what I'm experiencing.